Chapter 148, Misjudged. Zhuang Kai said meaningfully, "If fellow Daoist Chen still wants it, I can help keep an eye on new stock." Dang! The door was suddenly pushed open by a slender hand with red nails. "Manager, you're finally back. Second young Master Lu has been waiting for you for a long time." A young woman in a special robe ran in, her clothes disheveled. Her face was still red and her head was covered in fragrant sweat. She leaned against the door and seemed to be weak in the knees. "This exchange has just begun. Why is he here sorely?" Zhuang Kai frowned. "Go down first. I'll go see him immediately, okay?" The young woman panted and walked away with the help of the wall. San Shi took a few more glances at the young woman. It was obvious that this second brother Lu was a kindred spirit that San Shi could relate to. "Relying on your status and using sorcery here. You really don't take my 1,000 treasures store seriously." Zhuang Kai snorted and turned to look at San Shi. "Fellow Daoist Chen, if you really want more demonic seeds, you can come with me to meet the second young master of the Lu family." "Has from the Sky Demon Cult." San Shi guessed that he was from the Sky Demon Cult, as it seemed to be the only one in the demon cults that produced this thing. Has quite well respected in the Sky Demon Cult. He likes to bully others and often takes advantage of our myriad treasures store. Zhuang Kai didn't seem to like this person very much. That's why you should negotiate with him directly if you can. If you're a little tougher, you won't suffer too much. You can get it for very cheap. If I negotiate with him, he'll increase the price again. That price? I know. It's a little less than what the middleman earns. San Shi nodded. If fellow Daoist is willing, I'll pull some strings. Fellow Daoist Chen can just do me a favor when the time comes. Zhuang Kai suggested. No problem, let's leave it at that. San Shi had no objections. Since this person had said that the demonic seed was very expensive and he was not rich right now, he naturally had to negotiate. If he could get the production method of the demon seed, he would be able to produce it himself infinitely. He would then be able to take advantage of the system to cultivate faster. Zhuang Kai led the way to another VIP room. The door was wide open and cheerful laughter came from inside. Zhuang Kai coughed and alerted him of his presence. "Fatty Zhuang, as a shopkeeper, aren't you supposed to be guarding the trading company every day? Why do you keep disappearing?" The man's sharp voice sounded. "Come in. If you do this again, CKU2. Zhuang Kai's fats trembled. "Young Master Lu, you must be joking. I have to go to the headquarters to collect the goods. Otherwise, the inventory won't be enough for tonight's transaction. Moreover, I've found a buyer for the demon seed for young master. He can satisfy some of your needs." As he spoke, San Shi walked into the room. A man as thin as a bamboo pole was reclining on a recliner made of high-grade animal skin. The three maids hurriedly put on their clothes and retreated, leaving behind a mess. San Shi glanced at this guy. Other than being thin, his hair was sparse and he had no eyebrows. While his face was long, his nose seemed a little small. His pupils were blue and his cheekbones were high. He looked rather strange. Most importantly, he had a vicious aura that made people instantly dislike him. As for his cultivation, he was at the late-stage foundation establishment realm like Zhuang Kai. He went straight to the point. "I'm here to buy the 3-flower demon seed. How do you want to trade?" "Yo, someone from the demonic path too. Why haven't I seen him before?" Second brother Lu touched his sparse hair and sized up San Shi from the corner of his eye. His gaze landed on his belt. "I'll use this belt of yours to exchange for it." "You can't afford this," San Shi said calmly. The Blood River was already considered a numinous artifact. He only needed to refine it again when his cultivation level was high enough to produce a numinous artifact. If Dharma artifacts were suitable for Qi refinement connate and extraordinary foundation establishment, Golden Quran, even nascent soul cultivators, then in that case, numinous artifacts were definitely the weapons for even high-level cultivators. Some nascent souls might not even have one. The reason why the blood-robed old ghost could create quasi-numinous artifacts was also because of the blood refinement sex inheritance he was given back then. "You sure talk big. It's just a belt. Why can't I afford it?" Second brother Lu stood up. His white clothes seemed to come alive as he put them on automatically. He stared at San Shi with a sinister smile. "I think highly of you and lack a good belt. That's why I mentioned this. Did you think I was giving you face?" "Cut the crap. Are you selling Ornate?" Sanchi was not interested in talking nonsense with this guy. If they were in a different place and this guy dared to rush in like this, he would have directly dealt with him first. You have some temper. Second brotherless eyes seemed to be vertical as he stared at Sanchi like a venomous snake. I've never seen you before. You probably don't had any background. Where did you get your confidence from? He, second brother Lu, dared to be arrogant because he knew very well who was better than him or whose background was better than his. This person was clearly not among the group of people he thought he could not afford to offend. Shopkeeper Zhuang, let's forget about this tonight. I don't want to talk to a fool. Sanchi was no longer interested. This guy was clearly determined to take advantage of him. If he continued, he would only ask for an exorbitant price. Young Master Lu, who would dare to do business with you like this? Zhuang Kai frowned. You know that my myriad treasures store has our own rules. We can't buy your things at a high price every time. If you want to exchange for more spirit stones, you should sell to him. All right, I'll give you, Zhuang Kai, some face today. Second brother Lu took out a black and white devil seed. This thing was the size of a soybean and was densely covered in strange demonic patterns. He teased, 10,000 spiritual stones, no bargaining. How many can you offer? Sanchi frowned. 10,000 spirit stones was not a small sum. Ordinary early-stage Qi refinement and postnatal martial artists did not have more than 2 digits of spirit stones on them. Those at the middle and late stages of Qi refinement usually did not have more than 3 digits of spirit stones. Among foundation establishment cultivators, one would be considered rich to have a few thousand spirit stones. If one wanted to have more than 10,000 spirit stones, generally, only golden core cultivators or wealthy foundation establishment extraordinaries could gather enough of them. Furthermore, they would probably have to trade all their assets. No wonder golden core cultivators rarely bought this thing. It was mainly because it was too expensive. 10,000 spirit stones could buy many low-grade magic treasures, high-grade magic pills and elixirs that could increase the cultivation of the golden core realm. Even those elixirs that could increase the cultivation of even a golden core cultivator only costs a few thousand spirit stones. In comparison, such pure seeds were useless as they could only be nurtured by living people. It was too troublesome. He hence concluded that the price second Master Lu quoted was too high. He looked at Zhuang Kai. You haven't told me the approximate market price of this thing. Zhuang Kai, since you have already introduced me to the business, you can get lost now. I'll naturally pay you a little reward if you scram. Second Master Lu did not give Zhuang Kai a chance to speak. Young Master Lu, do you really think you're so powerful? Zhuang Kai sneered. You have to understand that the Sky Demon Cult Sect Master is very polite to our trading company. Don't push your luck. When it came to his store's credibility, Zhuang Kai could not just ignore Sanchi's question. With a single sentence, the face of the second Master Lu darkened. This time, second Master Lu dropped his pretentious act because the upper echelons of the Thousand Treasures store were indeed powerful. Zhuang Kai said to Sanchi, demon seeds are also divided into quality. The lowest is about 3,000 spirit stones. They can form foundation establishment level demon pills. With each higher level, their power will also increase. The quality of the demon pills condensed will naturally be one level higher. This is medium grade and is worth about 5,000 spirit stones. Oh, so he doubled the asking price. Sanchi was not surprised. He did not even believe the price Zhuang Kai was talking about, but he did not care. He said calmly, I want all the demonic seeds you have. With that, he took out a pair of green scissors and slammed them on the table. This should be enough to buy 10 demonic seeds of this level. Seeing the scissors, Zhuang Kai exclaimed, high-grade Dharma treasure. He suddenly regretted it. If he had known that Sanchi was so rich, he would definitely have personally sold him to earn the difference in the asking price and real price. He originally thought that Sanchi was only a little rich, but in the end, he still misjudged him.